Welcome to HOSTech 2020. We appreciate you all joining us. I'm Brian. He's Andrew. Andrew, we got a big week ahead of us.
That's right, we sure do. We're going to be here 5 days, every day this week. We're going to be coming to you 2 times each day, once in the morning and then once a couple hours after that. You can see the schedule online. Today, we're starting here in the demo room, but we're going to have 2 different locations. Here in the demo room is building 1 in the factory, and then over at building 2 what we call the products area. And that's where
So we've got a couple of machines here. So we're starting today obviously at 9 a.m. Pacific. Tuesday and Thursday we start at 7 a.m. Pacific time, and we go at 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday we go at 9 a.m. and noon Pacific time. So in between, we're going to play some pre-recorded content.
That's right. And so yeah, we have a whole bunch of new videos that aren't on YouTube yet. So if you've got the time, stick around in between. We're going to just keep streaming that in between the 2 live events. So if you're into that, we've got a bunch of different videos. We have a factory tour. We have a tour of the sheet metal factory or facility.
Yep. So we have a bunch of stuff. Okay, so let's get started. Frank, can you put the schedule up, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
He doesn't have it.
So what we're going to start is with robots today. So if you joined us in the past, I think it was back in June, we did a demo day live with some robots. We're going to do a condensed version of that. So let's get rolling.
Yeah, so Brian, you're gonna start this one off with Corey, and I'm gonna head off and get ready for the next one.
See you in a little bit. Okay, so right here is Corey Sullivan. He's a product specialist. And again, if you watched our past demo day lives, you all know Corey. So Corey, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about this robot. And the 2 main things to know why does Haas have a robot? One is because we made it affordable. The 2 obstacles that customers have to overcome with robots is price and integration. And we tackled the price. This unit starts at $50,000. And integration is really what you're going to talk about. Integration and programming of the robot are the 2 keys. So Corey, take it away.
All right, so this is the package here. We got the fencing and the robot itself.
You know what, let me jump in, I'm sorry. If you guys notice this crazy looking fence, this is not how the thing actually works. We've taken some fencing down for purposes of this video. When you get a robot, you get the full fence. It will not look like this. So
yeah, we have one we'll show to you after this.
Okay, I think that's good enough. Frank, are you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, well, we're going to do the transition now. Okay, do you guys know how you do the transition?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the lathe robot. Next, we're going to go to the same robot, but this time on a mill. We're on a VF2 SSYT. So, Corey, if you want to head over there.
Okay, so yeah, this here is actually the same exact robot package, just installed on a mill. This is how the fencing would come, since I said that incorrectly last time. It was taken down for the demonstration purposes. This is the full deal here we got. And there's only a few differences between the lathe and the mill robot. One of the big ones would be the GIFs here that show you how to instruct your robot have all changed according to a mill.
So Sal can practice, are you going to reach down and grab some parts at some point?
No, I don't think I was going to. I was just going to, because this one's going to actually run in machine parts.
Okay.
So
can you get all that, Sal? Does that all look okay? Okay.
We could maybe maybe we can grab one of the finished parts after. Okay. We could do that.
I just want to make sure Sal can get that with it. page.
Okay. Yeah, we could just reach down, like grab this part.
Okay. How's it look for you, Tyler? You got wide? Super wide? Okay. Frank, how's it look?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with this?
Yes.
Okay. That's it.
That's it, really, right?
That's
Yeah.
all we needed you for.
Cool.
So just that, you guys are happy. I know at one time you crossed over in front of me. Well, hey! And here's John. Okay. So everything look okay?
Yeah. I don't know about the parts, like you were mentioning the parts, it is kind of far away, but if they get closer, right?
I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
Okay. There.
See, that's how they look up there.
Turn this off.
So what part is
Oh, he's talking about the table. Brian was asking for like a closer, or how they look, right? How the table looks. But I guess when the robot actually does the motion, then they're gonna,
True.
yeah. So they'll see it really good there.
So, Corey, here's a couple
Yeah.
of things. One thing we're not sure about is how we're going to do the control yet.
Okay.
We're going to try to do the VNC viewer, but we're not sure if we can make it work or if we have time.
Okay.
So, our backup plan, and we tried it earlier, is to have Tyler zoom in tight on the controls.
Yeah.
And it looks good. You can see it.
Okay.
But what we're going to ask you to do is when you really want to emphasize something on the control, just straight up say, hey, Tyler, can you zoom in on this?
Yeah.
That Tyler will zoom in, and that'll give Frank the cue. To
Okay.
cut to
Somebody
that shot.
Yeah, so I'll say, I'll probably be doing that on the lathe and the mill. Because, the lathe will be going through it. Hey, here's what it does. Here's all the gifts.
Okay.
And then, hey, they're different over here to show you how it would be on your machine.
no, I'm talking about-
yeah.
And actually, either way, whether we have the NC viewer or not, if either of you guys want to really emphasize something on the control, just straight up tell Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we keep track of time? Like, because we don't want to go too fast and we don't want to go too slow.
What
right?
I did that helped a lot was I checked the clock on the control.
You were looking at that clock?
Yeah, because that's easy. You don't have to what time is it? Because you're already gonna be showing things on it.
We're still streaming. Let's get into position to do Milton's part.
Yeah. I think Rick should be down because he's going to be there. We're going to find
Okay.
Do you mind?
I don't mind doing it, but I mean, if you
No,
want
do you
to-
mind running up and grabbing it?
yeah, for sure.
As long as did you have a chance to use watch each transition and essentially most of each video?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As long as they were on K-Video.
Did we get
A one big chunk version? We were going to do pieces
Five
and,
different videos.
and a one file also.
You want a one file as well?
Yes, please.
A Megamondo?
Yes.
You can have 8 gigs.
It's what?
8 gigs.
It's okay. I'll take it.
It's okay for you?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do that now then, I guess. And I'm going to at least take a shot at looking at one of those.
Yeah.
When you hit the export on that and you queue it,
Yeah.
tell the save location to be marketing 6 in the same
That's
folder.
right there.
So you don't have to drag it.
Okay. All those that slowly go to marketing 6 when you're in it.
It's going to put it on your drive and then send it.
Okay. I will do that right now.
Thanks, sir.
I'm gonna turn this off.
I'm going to be watching on Vimeo too, so we aren't going to really know.
Let's see what we have.
Hopefully he at least, are you getting a chance to play one of those? So let's see if we can, if it looks okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's it. I have them here.
Yeah, we'll at least play one. If one plays, then they should all play as long as you watch them through.
If one doesn't, we're just screwed.
That's right. That's right. We've got a lot of those things happening. Okay, so now we're over here on the APL, right?
APL.
Okay. So luckily, you know these things inside and out.
Yeah.
And I know them pretty well, so we're just
So
gonna.
this thing is at home right now, but do you think I should start it like here so that we don't take those 5 or 8 seconds where it moves
Yes.
really slow like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because at least once we're going to have to go through that when we finish, because remember I said the plan is to run at least 3 or 4 parts, right? Without stopping it. And then when it runs the last one and drops it off, it's going to say job complete.
All right, and we're back. So hopefully you enjoyed some of that pre-recorded content we had playing. And now we're back here in the demo room. And myself and Milton Ramirez, another one of our product specialists, are going to be looking at first the lathe matchup to the APL, and then we'll be looking at the VF2IT over here matchup to an APL as well. Now, there's some ground we've covered before, but we're hitting it again because it's just super important, and you know, these are easy ways to get into automation. Of
Definitely.
course.
Yep.
I've got the stream here on my phone, and if Marcus doesn't answer one of your questions, which he probably will, then maybe we'll throw it up here and see if Milton has a good response for us as well. But let's get started, and
Okay.
I'll let you take it from here.
All right. Okay, so we want to start with by running the machine through the full cycle of running a few parts that we have scheduled here on the control. We want you guys to see it run 100% through the whole motion so that we can explain step by step what it's doing. So you can see, you know, how productive this machine can be and run unattended, lights out even at night when people leave. So I'm going to go ahead and press cycle start because everything's ready to go.
All right. So
And
I should say run.
At this point, you want to crop and your handle thing.
So now I'm gonna focus on Milton.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
There you go.
That's why Milton
But-
and the machine, right?
yeah, that's the
Because
thing.
We're going to see it move.
But we do get the whole machine, right?
Don't worry, Sal got it.
Okay, okay.
Hit it.
Okay, so at this point we're gonna hit cycle start, and then the machine's gonna start running. It's gonna the program that I have in the machine right now. This isn't exactly how I'm gonna say it, but I'm just saying it for us. It takes about 37 seconds. So I want to show that even though it takes 37 seconds, the APL pretty much matches that time, and it's ready for it and waiting. So
it's a very short cycle time.
it's a very short
still-
cycle
so you're
time,
still not losing
which
any
is
time.
yeah.
Let me just, I think what you need to be is like right here. Because now you're in close. Now Sal can get in closer.
Okay.
Okay.
But we're going to go back and forth between wide and tight to see the whole motion, right, Frank?
Yeah, once the motion starts happening, Sal's going to grab that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not going to do the motion now because the machine's not on, but
Yeah. How does that look, Sal? Because I'm gonna probably get it out of the way and let the machine do its thing, right?
I think you're probably just going to stand at the side.
Or yeah, you're right. Probably
Yeah.
just stand here. Yeah, not out of the way, but
You're going to kind of talk about what it's doing.
Yeah.
Pick up the parts, traveling over, it's coming down into the workspace.
exactly. And
How are we going to handle when we want to see the control?
You got to try to get the work.
so when we're doing this first part, probably the control won't be a lot to show yet, but this would. I would like to see if we could zoom into this one.
That's fully south.
Can you walk that up to Sal and like bring it up to his camera?
Yeah, I can. I can do this. Is that so he doesn't have to move? It's better if I bring it over?
It's so he doesn't get the Tyler shot, yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so whenever I want to show them a button or something like that, I can just come
Yeah,
up
I feel
here.
like we want to see that a few times and that's it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think we want to see repeat like. I mean, oh look,
Okay.
there's
Yeah, maybe-
axis numbers on screen and some other selections. I mean,
Yeah, actually maybe just once, right, and
Yeah.
show them, here are all the buttons that I need to set up this machine
Right.
when I'm going through the setup
Good.
process, right?
That's good.
And that's pretty much it, yeah.
Hey Milton, when you show that to him, just freeze for as long as you can.
Okay.
Try not to move very much. It's gonna take
do like this, Milton.
It's gonna take him a second to get his focus, and then whatever you say, kind of slow down a little bit, talk about what you're gonna say, and then you can leave after that. But what we don't want is this. All right, this is what I do, and then you leave.
Okay.
We want to hold that for a second.
Hold it for us, okay.
It's gonna feel like it's too long, but it's gonna
Maybe
be fine.
3, 4, 5 seconds?
Yeah. And then even if once you push a button or something, if you want to point to it with your finger and say, this is what I just did, now you can see it shows this change, and now when I hit this, it changes something, and then you can bail out after.
So if I'm moving a little bit like this, does that still work? Because when I go like this, I might move it, right? I'm not going to be... That still works?
That's just focused on your hand.
Oh, it's focused on my hand? See, that's...
Focus on that.
Okay.
There you go.
So I'll just go like that, and if I go quick, it doesn't focus on my hand?
I went to manual focus, you're good.
Okay. So that's what we'll do for the handle jog.
As hard as that was, let's just do that once.
Yeah, I don't think you need to see it more than once anyway. And I think you guys were already talking about this, but this is another place where when you're ready to do that, you can say, hey Sal, let's get a close up on this for a second to take a look at it.
Okay.
That way they know, okay, he's ready to like slow down and show this thing to me for a second.
Okay, all right. Corey, you're probably gonna do this too, or no? Yeah.
Just, if you show it to the camera, just let's spend some time there.
Yeah.
Instead of getting it in and out quick.
Yeah. We'll spend some time.
Yeah, like maybe you put it there, maybe you explain to the entries or something, or some of the, like you were saying, here I have everything in it that I need
Yeah.
to control the machine. That's this and this and this
Yeah,
and this. or-
yeah. It'll definitely be when I'm starting to demonstrate the setup, because that's when I have all the buttons here and everything.
It would take a while to actually make it do something right now. We don't want to actually make it move right now.
We don't need to. I mean,
I mean, as long as you've got that, you're-
unless you guys want to, we can.
it's either this or it's this. When it's in here, I think you want to be tight. Otherwise, you want to see the motion of the entire machine. I
Right,
think.
but these guys got to practice that. You need to see it and let them.
I mean, it's
Do
just.
you have the keys, Corey? By any chance you have the keys?
No.
I don't either. Yeah.
You know it. Sal shot the shit out of this thing.
Kind of comes in, stops, then it goes down. Same with this, kind of stops it there, comes down again.
And then it
I think
feeds
as long as
in.
Tyler's wide. We're in it. You know what's funny? This is actually Rick, not Tyler.
Let's pretend that the auto parts loader is moving right now. Where do you want to be, Sal, to get on your camera to get that?
I mean, I think
What?
whether it's Rick or Tyler here, while Ben is talking, you're trying to, as soon as you have any machine motion, you know what?
When the machine, when the machine's running automatically, it's probably not worth for him trying to get up close, because it's getting out of there so fast. Yeah, it's gonna move over here really quick, that it's not worth it.
And you're going to later. You're going to demonstrate actually.
Yeah, later
the
then-
moves. Once he's jogging it, that's I think when you can
Yeah.
get it tight from about here, like we did all through our video.
Yeah,
To see this, and as long
Yeah.
as you're standing back and he can see this.
Yeah, we're gonna get to a point where I have to actually come over here and jog this and look at my part up close, and then I'm gonna do this and look at it this way, and that's when he can actually come in.
Can you just go ahead and stand there for a second? Let's frame that up and see where we want to be for this shot.
Yeah, I'll be aware of him. Also, make sure that I'm not in his way. I don't want them to look at my back, right?
And Bill, what we've been doing is just don't be afraid to talk to the cameraman directly.
Yeah.
Because we used to try to choreograph it, and now we're like fucking just, hey Sal, get in here tight on this shot.
Yeah.
Just don't be afraid to talk to Tyler or Sal.
Okay. So we got that?
So what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm just gonna be jogging the grippers right over the part, over here, like that. That's when I'm gonna get up tight and look at it and kind of wanna align it. And then I have to do the same thing from here, this way, but the grippers are gonna be over there still.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right.
Uh-huh. The grippers will still be there. I'm just looking at it from here, but they're still on part one.
Yeah, that's good.
Just kind of so I can crop out Sal and you can kind of move forward if you wanted to.
Sal, if you want to walk in front of him, that's okay.
Yeah.
You can get forward to get
Go to the other side. Okay. All right. Now let's maybe get pretending that the gripper is moved into the machine.
Uh-huh.
Run the part over.
Yeah, I'm gonna jog it. I'm gonna demonstrate the above the table, above the door button, right? It's gonna go up by itself. Now I'm gonna be here.
At this point, you're going to want to probably move to your left, I think.
Get wide.
And get wide without being Sal. That's going to be sure.
Mine is up.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So at this point, the gripper's gonna come over the door, and I'm gonna start adjusting and jogging here as well.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Sal's got that. Okay, now one last thing. I know that it's not on. Milton, let's reverse when you want Sal to pick up something on the control.
Okay.
Specifically. Maybe move that piece of paper.
On the control. Oops, sorry.
Right there's one.
Oh.
For the sake of Tyler shot, I can come over.
Oh, yeah, I don't see Sal.
No?
You can move all to your right if you want. It's fine.
Okay, what do you-
Okay. All right. So we want to demonstrate or have him practice getting up close here. Okay. All right. So whenever I'm going to show the control, I'm going to hang the remote jog handle, and I'm going to.
Do you see how the lights are really reflecting off the control? We can ask. There you go. Let's ask Milton to close it.
Okay. That's all the way back.
That's much better.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, we'll keep it that way
Just
the whole
okay.
time.
Okay.
You actually don't even, it doesn't even matter, it just matters how high I am. If
Yeah,
I'm
you
here,
wanna be a little high, right?
yeah, if I'm here, there's nothing. If I go lower, there's the lights.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where that thing is. I'll take care of it.
I'll try to keep it there anyway.
Okay. Whatever's
And then-
easiest for you.
Because it's just a habit, right?
Yeah, I know, you always pull it
when
too
you come
close.
over here, the first thing you do
Yeah,
is,
then it's not gonna work.
yeah, it's
You
yeah.
can't, don't worry about it, because
But what if it was like this? Then it's a problem, isn't it? No?
Yeah, I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that angle. Once you see the text in there, I think we should just try to keep it.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, and at that point, I don't. I guess we're going to go into some detail here, but not too much, right? So we can leave some for that over there too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sal, do you have another rung down there at the bottom?
Oh yeah, I think that next one goes down lower actually.
Yeah, because Sal, what we noticed, there's no way that you can hold that totally steady.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody could, not you. So
Yeah.
it's just, there's always just a little,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
but now you're good.
Okay. So we're good there, right?
yeah, we're good.
Okay. What else?
Okay. So otherwise, I'm going to take your outline and I'm just going to make bullet points for myself of all the major categories and anything else that I think is kind of a heading kind of a thing. And I'll try to interject whenever it makes sense. I'm not going to try not to talk over you, but and then if it seems like we get out of order or you miss something, I'll just try to bring us back. Because no one knows.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We're gonna
But
get everything-
it's okay if I have that paper too, right? If I have that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, we're all gonna be holding something.
Okay.
What we're talking about doing, what I did last time for the last one we did was I took those cards,
Uh-huh.
but then I printed out, I just made bullet points and printed them out kind of a larger font and just cut them out like a half sheet for
Okay,
each piece
okay.
and just take them to the back.
Okay.
That's a pretty easy way
To do
get
it.
the main points you want.
All right.
Okay, so the last thing, Frank, you still going?
Yeah.
Is how are we gonna do the outro?
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be here. We will make a transition.
So do you guys wanna practice that transition?
Y'all supposed to practice that.
Where
as
are you
well.
gonna be at, Brian? You're gonna-
No, I'm
Well,
not.
this is first.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
gonna close it
first
up?
we're gonna go from the lathe to the mill.
Okay.
That's the last one, and we're gonna end there.
Okay.
And that's when Brian's gonna come back in. and We're gonna close it
So
out.
let's practice you guys a little bit of the mill. I think, Tyler, you're gonna be able to pretty much stay put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're just
I'll probably move
rotating.
a little bit over here, but yeah.
So the only thing I'm not sure of is, Frank, what are you gonna do here? You're gonna pick up Sal's camera?
Yeah, Sal. So we're gonna walk with Sal, and I think you're gonna go first, Milton, since you're going to the control.
Okay.
right?
So wait,
So-
can you go back, Sal? Why don't you guys practice that just like you
So
did
one,
the-
yeah,
Yeah,
one.
okay.
So I'll just say, and that's pretty much all I have for this machine,
All right,
right?
so I guess that wraps up the lathe APL. So now we're gonna head over to the VF attached to another APL, and I'll follow you over there, Milton.
Okay.
So we don't step on each other's whatever. I gotta see a case.
What did he just say?
That was really good.
You guys chose the exact same. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come more over here.
Thinking of that last lap we did.
Let's try it again.
Yeah, you're right, Sal, because that way you're in place to pick all the stuff on the table.
Yeah.
Now, Milton, are you gonna be talking about inside the machine at all?
I do want to show those vices,
Okay,
yeah.
So that makes even more sense for you to be over there. Now it's not going inside.
We're not using the e-vise, but it's there, and it does have the Haas logo on it, and we are using the pneumatic vise, which also is the Haas pneumatic vise.
Try that again.
Yeah, sure.
I know what you're thinking. I need it low, that way I can lift it up. Oh. I'm not setting
So if we get to that
that.
point,
You're looking at that.
open this over here,
Yeah, open the door, yeah. Excellent.
You guys wanna practice?
and I'll stand over here,
Let's start.
and, okay, let's start over,
Let's pretend.
or start here.
Sal knows where he wants to be.
Yeah.
All right, so,
You ready, Frank? All right.
okay, so that's pretty much all I have for this
All
APL.
right, so that's it for the lathe. I'm not seeing any questions on the chat that we're going to feel at the moment. Marcus is killing it that way. So let's head over to the VF. We'll look at how that how that works with the APL, I'll follow you, Milton.
Okay, sounds good. This one's turned on and ready to go as well. And we have it set up.
All right, so VF2IT, get that cord out of here, and married to the APL. Same basic concept, right?
Exactly. The APL pretty much has the same axis that are moving, the same designations even, but it's just because of the machine configuration is placed in a different way, right? The grippers are also located differently, but we'll explain how to work around that.
Yeah, we'll see that programming it is really quite similar. There's some different movements and stuff, but
Yeah, slightly different.
Conceptually, it's super similar to this.
Exactly. Yes, slightly different, but very similar.
All right,
Okay.
so we want to take a quick look inside here. I think maybe before we get started, you want to take a look at those vices now, even if that's what we don't
Sure.
not necessarily do here in the
Yep,
video.
let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and open the machine. And what we want to show here, the lights will be turned on, obviously, right? So we just want to show that what we're using today for the demonstration is the Haas pneumatic vise, which you can see, it's the one further away from us here. And it's that one strictly pneumatic, operated from the control as well. We have function keys that open and close it. It's also from the device manager, it can be controlled. And we also have the e-vise that's fully electric. And we're not using it at this time, but it is available, I believe. I'm going to confirm that, see if they're not available yet, right? It will be coming soon, but it's the Haas e-vise. Okay, and that's pretty
All right,
much it.
So let's look at programming this thing.
Okay, so let's, I mean, that looked a little weird because it's dark in there.
Yeah, don't put lights on tomorrow.
What do you have a look of concern?
We have intensity lighting,
We're talking about that?
huh?
Could we get you in front of the machine?
Okay.
Not on the side? Because Tyler can't crop cell out of there.
Yeah.
Can we try that again?
That sounds good, okay. So, but I'll still need to open this, right? I'll say, I'll open this window so that the camera, it can, actually, you're right, yeah. We can open it and start here.
Let's take it from the transition, and this time let's have you describe the e-vise.
Do you want to start there, Frank?
Start,
Start at the device, at devices?
well, I don't know what the order of operation is for when you talk about the e-vices, but when it's time to shoot the e-vices, I think Milton should be standing in front of the machine, not on the side.
I agree.
Because Tyler can't really hit that shot.
Yeah, I think.
I feel that it is kind of a standalone thing, right? Just mentioning the vices.
Yeah.
So we could do it at-
It kind of seems like maybe we should do that last.
Or last.
When you talk about it,
Well, I don't think Frank cares. His point is, Milton, he wants you here.
Uh-huh.
All right, so maybe, yeah, maybe you're motioning through from there.
And maybe you're saying
so
this
Tyler
is,
can see you.
this is the pneumatic vise, and this is coming soon. This is the Haas e-vise. It's not available yet, but keep checking on HaasTooling.com.
Okay,
Is that what you had in mind, Frank?
yes.
Okay.
all right. And we'll do it last then.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
Okay.
when you do it, but doing it here.
Are we running? We're running this thing as well.
Yeah, we're gonna run it
But we're not
100%,
cutting on, right?
and we're kind of cutting. I mean, but this program also takes 35 seconds. We're just doing a profile and deburring, and it's
Okay,
not
so
loud.
That's why we can't. We don't want to leave the window open then. So we do want to open that at the end then, if we do it afterwards.
Okay.
But I feel like we want to talk about the vices last. It's weird. Let's like cart before the horse. Otherwise.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to talk about the APL first. Let's look at these weird vices, and then come back to the APL. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it last.
So we'll open that afterwards to take a look at it.
Yeah. The very last thing.
That way if the car flies out, you can ignore that.
Exactly. Right on the camera.
Can we take it from the beginning, going from the lid to the mill?
Yeah. So the window's closed then,
Okay.
since we're gonna be doing the demo.
Got this.
Semi-easy money. Kind of difficult money.
Yeah. Not quite easy money.
The rest of it. Next week is not that easy money.
Exactly.
All right.
Ready?
So
Okay.
that's about it for this lathe, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move over now to, let me stop here. Check the social stream. Looks like Marcus has got everything handled, so let's move on over to the mill and APL version.
Sounds
of
good.
what we get to show.
All right.
I'll follow you, Milton.
Okay. Let's move over to this machine here. Luckily, it's close by. And
Pull that out of the way.
we're all ready to go.
Yeah,
and,
we're ready to go. So VF2IT fitted up to the mill version of the
Exactly.
automatic parts loader.
Exactly.
Kind of the same idea, right? I mean, very similar.
Yes, it's mechanically it's the same APL. We just did a slightly different configuration to fit this machine, different height as you can see, and different orientation of the axis. But you know, it pretty much does the same thing.
Right. Even the axis names
The designations,
are the same
yeah.
Here, so that's cool. That's easy to
Yeah,
bring
easy to
from one
remember.
another.
Exactly. Yep. So.
Yeah.
So it's ready to go right now. I'm going to press cycle start so we can see it run a few parts and see the speed, and you know, go ahead and run it. That'll take a few minutes as well. Just the same thing as we did over
You're gonna
there.
talk through it.
Yeah.
You're gonna stop before the door's gonna open, clean off all that sequence.
Yeah, that whole sequence and everything, pretty much a repeat of that one, except for we're not going to go through the whole setup process. I don't think. Depends on how much time, right?
Yeah. If it's been 30 or 40 minutes and you anything you think we haven't covered there, and well, actually, it'd be either of us. Anything that we either of us think
We'll
maybe we
remember,
didn't really touch it
yeah.
completely, then we can certainly handle it
Yeah.
here.
So one thing that's different here from the lathe is that we actually have to position the table so that the vise is positioned where the grippers are. Right? You have to move it on x-axis. And
Kind of
why?
the equivalent to the safe position on that one.
Yes.
But I mean, it's a move that happens before
Yeah.
you really reload.
Yeah.
It doesn't
But you have
work
to
with
program
other
it, right? But you have to teach the control that position.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to talk about all the differences.
Uh-huh.
And otherwise, these are it's same in a lot of ways, but these are all the things that are different about doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are
Yep.
you gonna? Do you think you're gonna show any of those, or?
We can, yeah. I think that's the plan. Explaining that the grippers here, it's not a flipper, right? It's not a rotating gripper. It's not going to move 90 degrees like that one. So they're together, and that's why on this machine you can't do stacking because of the way the grippers are side by side, and that's one of the differences. The
Don't even mention. That
maybe not even mention that we can't stack, right?
But
Yeah.
it is a different way to program because one's instead of coming into really the same position and having a flip clearance area.
It's always-
now you have to do one and then the other.
Yeah, always in a straight
So
line.
you're going to change the AU distance.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how far we go into that. but
Yeah, unfortunately, see those are marked really well. Gripper 1, gripper 2. These aren't.
No, not yet.
Yeah, not yet, but
It has the Sharpie on
the
it.
little Sharpie numbers. Yeah. So maybe we can say the front is always number 1,
Yeah.
back is always number 2.
Yeah. I wonder.
Pardon me?
Let's cut to the e-vise.
Okay. So let's pretend we're done, right?
Okay, so now we've seen the thing low. We've talked about kind of many of the differences and similarities. Do you want to tell us about the vice, the two different vices we have in here?
Sure, yeah. So let me open this window so that the camera can get a better view. And I'm going to step aside over here and explain it from inside of the machine. Okay, I assume you guys can see me now. So this is the vise that we were using right now for the demonstration. This is a pneumatic vise that Haas will offer on haastooling.com very soon, as well as this one here. This is an e-vise, so it's all electric vise, which comes with hard jaws, but you can also change and switch to soft jaws, machinable jaws, aluminum or steel. Okay, so coming soon. Keep checking haastooling.com, and that's basically it for vices.
Cool. Short and sweet. All right, that's it. See you later. Okay, so now the wrap up, Brian, right?
Yes, you wrap it up there.
I wonder. I'm not sure what we ended on. What to look at? I got to look at your outline again, but it's probably okay to end it on the vices for that matter.
Yeah, no, I think so too. Yeah, I think so too, because then we get a close up to the vices and.
So.
So now you do wrap up. You do that. Thanks, Milton. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
I'm just wondering where.
I think I come in
Yeah.
so the guys don't have to move.
Right. And so maybe I'll just kind of move over a bit.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that kind of wraps it up for the mill APL combination. Thanks so much, Milton, for showing us around both of these machines. And Brian, let's wrap this up. Let's talk about what we got coming tomorrow, actually.
So as Andrew said, that wraps it up for today. We appreciate all of you, especially those of you who have stayed the whole time from 9 a.m. until now.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your time supporting us. We're going to be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time. Lucky us.
That's right. Right. So again, earlier than today, we're doing that twice this week to kind of help out people on the East Coast. And also, I just want to say one more time, thank you for joining us on the stream. You guys are just hitting it hard, so thank you.
So a couple of closing things to mention. This is what my boss wanted me to mention. I'm gonna say that part. Don't forget, we do have some of the promos that are good for the rest of this week. The Hostech Unlock the Savings program.
Let me stop you guys right here. So we both have white shots at the same time.
Yeah, so Sal, you can get in close if you want. Or should I get close?
I think Sal's always that two shot when there's dialogue.
You should stay wide, you can get close.
Whoa, I thought you were always white.
Well, because he's, I mean, if I'm closer to Brian, I mean, I don't know.
You guys can
If you want me to stay wide, I'll stay wide.
This is also weird because we can really only look at one camera here. Yeah, for sure.
Don't worry about that. That doesn't matter.
How about if you look at that camera? You walk look at this camera. So thank you guys. Take it away, Brian.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, I'm not gonna do anything. This is weird.
I think we have to decide if we're who's getting wides and who's
Okay,
getting.
so at this point, Tyler, maybe you can back up so you can get the wide shot that you really have when I walk in.
I think we have to talk to the live camera, and you've got a side shot, basically.
Don't worry about which camera to talk to.
Okay.
Talk to
I
whichever
know it's
camera you want.
confusing for us.
Yeah, but what if we look at a different camera?
The confusing thing about this is the outro. So they need to be looking at the camera. So this shot is kind of weird with you looking away.
Yeah.
Because you're, you know, like, so I would have to make my way to Tyler so
yeah.
I could then.
I feel like they both want to be in the same place.
Let's
If he could move freely, I can't.
guys.
Yeah.
Let's pretend that we're both looking at separate cameras, and then you switch again. Look at different cameras, and then you switch again. I'm watching which camera the actor is looking at, and when the actor talks, that's when I'm going to switch to that camera. As long as you don't switch every time you talk, then I'm good. I'll just go to that camera when you're talking to this camera, and then when I feel like the other guy's talking, I'm gonna hit it. There's an editor that's making some of this stuff
Right.
happen. We can't do it all on the camera.
Yeah.
You gotta stick to what that camera's
I'm
job
looking
is.
at my camera. You know, I mean, that's it. If I gotta pick one, I'm gonna look at that one. I'm looking at mine.
That's okay.
It's just kind of the way I walk in.
Yeah.
That's 100% fine.
That's got to be okay.
But see, I don't think we can't do that. It's how you gonna make that transition.
Well, once Tyler's on the white part, you guys are like, okay, we're about to get out of here now. Then I can make my way back over here, and I can get the price drop.
Let's see. Let's try it.
Yeah, let's try that.
Even Frank can tell Sal you're good to go. He's like so close to him. Like, whoa.
Good.
True. Yeah.
Seems like that makes more sense.
So, Milton, you want to just hop in
Go
there?
back to where you were.
Oh, we're ending.
And Milton doesn't really have, he doesn't have to jump out of the shot, right? He's not going to really be in the shot anyway.
Just want Milton to do whatever he wants.
What's up, guys? What is Milton doing? Why did no one pay attention to the outro?
Swinging my legs.
All right, Milton, you're done talking about devices. Now Andrew's talking about Disney Plus is mine officially. And now we're going outro.
All right, so that wraps it up for the VF2.
All right.
Thank you so much, Milton.
You're welcome.
So, thank you guys for joining us for this for today's first stream. I'm going to bring Brian back in here. We're going to say our goodbyes and talk about all the stuff we have coming up the rest of the week.
Yep, as Andrew said, thanks for watching, especially those of you anybody who stuck around from 9 a.m. all the way to now. We really appreciate that. Tomorrow's going to be a little different. We're starting really early on the West Coast. Really early.
For us.
7 a.m. Pacific time.
All right, anyways. Just trying to help out those folks on the East Coast. We're going to do that a couple times this week. Now tomorrow, we're going to be over in what we call the products area. We'll be looking at 4 different machines over there. Let's see, we've got a GM25AX.
Frank, can you bring the schedule up, please?
Yep.
We're going to start with the GM5AX. That's going to be myself and John Nelson. John and I are going to walk over to the big away and do the VR8 and 2 5-axis machines. John's done some super cool demos. So if you're available, you'll definitely want to check this thing out. Then after that, we'll transition.
In the second 1 hour episode, or the second episode of the day, I'll be starting off with Milton looking at the VC400, our new vertical spindle orientation towel changer machine. And then after that, we'll be looking at the EC550, our 50 taper big brother to the EC400, born in HMC.
Yep.
So it's going to be,
That's another super cool demo. We're actually going to be doing a live demo on the EC550 taper.
just some heavy duty cutting.
Heavy duty cutting, lots of chips, super super cool demo. So again, if you can, please be involved with that. A couple of closing notes. This is Prospect Week. We have a promo, the Unlucky Savings promo. This week only, you get an additional 5% off. So I encourage you to go to the website. I'm not talking
Wow.
about it.
If you got 30 plus 5, wow,
Discounts.
that's huge.
So thanks again for watching.
20%.
Brian.
20% plus 5 right now.
Does it do plus 5 also?
Yeah, because they said